Hello, hello, and thank you all for joining. It is your favorite home improvement host, Brandon McKee. I've been customizing and creating homes for 15 years now, and I'm also the creator of the Handy Homeowner where I teach you guys how to be a handy homeowner. Hello, DIY Lean. Yeah. So today I'm trying an experiment. I got my GoPro attached to the selfie stick that you've all configured, so we'll see how that works. So today, for today's project, to stain your coffee table, you're going to need only 1/2 pint of stain. So this is just a gunstock stain, so I'm doing the whole table with this. Hello, Renee there, from Rustic Lee Customs. Oh yes, so you're going to love this coffee table palette refinishing. So don't forget to share this with your friends so that way they can learn how to do some staining on their next project. So you're not going to need a quart, you're just going to need one of these. You can pick up one of these for $6. As you can see, I already filled in all the cracks and I sanded it. And the only other thing you're going to need is a rag. Aloha! Thank you, Hawaii, for joining. Hey, Howard, what up? And also, I find it's handy if you got dirty old socks that you're like, ew, I don't really want to put those on my feet anymore. They are great for staining. So they're really easy because then you can ball them up. And this gives you stain control. So there's a couple ways that you can open one of these. You can just use a screwdriver or a quarter also works. Oh, and I forgot to mention, see our table here. So yesterday, if you did the caulking technique that I showed you, it's a good idea if you don't have a sander, just to take a razor blade, and then you're going to want to stand it up on its edge, and then this will get off any extra that you have. Dirty sock stain pads. I love it. All right, so I'll just try to, I guess I'll have to open the stain first and then I'll show you. So it's a good idea before you open the stain is you're gonna wanna shake it up. This gets all the chemicals at the bottom because stain, all the solids will sink. So if you just open it up without mixing it, you're just gonna get the clear part, so your stain's not gonna look good. Hello, Lori, thank you for joining. How was your Sunday? We're just refinishing the pallet table. Okay, now that I got my stain open, I'm just going to take the sock. I'm going to try to roll it up, so that way I just have a point. And then you're just going to want to dip it, and it's a good idea. You don't want to pour this onto the table because it will leave a stain mark, so you're just going to want to use a rag. And then this will also give it a lighter finish, so that way you'll be able to see the wood grain. Is this close enough? Can you guys see? There. Thank you all for the hearts. All right, so I got my dirty sock rag, and then the key is just to apply it kind of heavy to start. And also, I saw on Pinterest, if you put the stain into a spray bottle, it makes it a lot easier. Yes, you guys can see. So my rag's all hard and stuff, so it's gonna take a couple passes for the stain to loosen it back up. So it's really easy. All you're going to want to do is just wipe on the stain pretty heavy, and then don't get worried if the color looks too dark right now because we'll be able to wipe off most of it. And also, if you feel like getting artistic with your stain, you can leave it on really heavy and then use your sock or a brush to kind of give it like a wood grain look. And then if you let this dry, it'll give your wood a really neat look once you put the clear coat on it. But for what I'm doing, I'm just going to wipe off all the extra, so that way it dries quicker, and it just gives me a light stain coverage. Is there any staining questions? Has anybody stained one of their pallet tables? So how I got this artistic old looking pallet is I pretty much left it outside in the sun for about a couple months because this was brand new when I got it, but I wanted it to have that rustic look and I didn't want to do too much work. So I just let it sit out in the dirty sun. And you can see even our caulking that we used yesterday really gives a nice look once it's filled in. It kind of gives the look of the wood a uniform look, so it looks really nice. And you're also going to want to let this dry. Are all types of pallets okay to use for furniture? Most pallets are okay to use for furniture, but you have to be careful because a couple of them might be pressure treated. So pressure treated wood, you really don't want in your house because it will gas out those chemicals and then those chemicals can give you headaches and all kinds of stuff. So if the pallet table has or a pallet has a green wood look, you want to stay away from those. But if they have a yellow look, those are the safe ones. So we're just staining this top half of the pallet. We're just taking our dirty old sock and then we're just applying it on pretty heavy. Now whenever you get to your ends, you can see they're all rough and kind of nasty. So you're going to want to take your sander and knock off any of these because it will give you splinters. And the ends tend to use a lot more stain. So at the ends, you're just going to want to kind of dab it in there, because going side to side will take a little longer, and sometimes the rough edges get hung up. So I find it's easier just to dab those in. And then afterwards, you just want to take your extra off and just glide it to the top. Hello, OR, I missed the rest of your name. Thank you for joining. You can also use a 2-inch staining brush. Those work really good. Or there's also the cheap foam pads. They work good because once you get the stain on, it's really hard to clean out because you're going to need paint thinner. Alrighty, so this is starting to look pretty good. And then afterwards, we're going to put that really high gloss bar coat finish. Do you stain the bottom too? Well, to be honest, Howard, I'm going to ignore the bottom of this because this is a bottom shelf and it's going to be about 4 inches off the ground, so only a baby's going to be able to notice that I didn't stain the bottom. But if you really got the time and you want to make it look super nice, you can stain the bottom, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to stain whatever you can see. So since you can see one of my boards, it's a new board, busted. I'm just going to dab that in too, and then that will make it look like everything else, even though this is a newer board. Alrighty, so we're just about done. And as you can see, in little as like 5 minutes, we were able to transform this pallet coffee table. And I'm going to let this dry for 24 hours, and then maybe tomorrow I'll show you the bar clear coat that I'm going to do. Yes, it's looking good. I'm excited. So thank you all for joining. Thank you for the hearts, and I hope you have an awesome Sunday. And don't forget that you can always go to BrandonMcGee.tv, and then I have more home improvement videos there. And also don't forget to sign up for my email mailing list, because I want to help you guys improve your home. Thank you all for joining. Hope you have an awesome weekend. Aw, thank you. So thank you all for joining, and I will see you tomorrow. And then we will continue to transform this awesome pallet coffee table. And also, make sure to do this in your garage or outside because this stain will get stinky. So I hope everybody has an awesome Sunday. I will see you guys tomorrow with another home improvement tip. Thank you all for joining. Have an awesome day. See you guys.